Welcome once again to Yahtzee Tries, a series about trying new games and becoming better, more rounded people on the other side. Starting this week with Conscript. Oh, we're going to be allowed to play the fucking game now.
Oh, is it really sitting on that screen that entire time?
Oh, no, we're not done.
Oh, okay.
This is some old school fucking shit. Literally the colour of fucking shit. There is a sprint button. Look at me go. Oh no, we need to marshal our privates. Boy, here's good news for anyone looking for a harrowing survival horror experience set in the trenches of the First World War. You can play Amnesia the Bunker. It's pretty good. Oh boy, I've got a World War I dodge roll. Harry German! Harry German! Okay, that's a door then. I mean, who the fuck could fucking tell? It's so dark. Boring. If on the other hand you're looking for a not quite as good one of those, because of self-esteem issues I assume, then here's Conscript as well. It's a 2D top-down game employing much of the same tropes as classic survival horrors, limited saving opportunities, progress based around map exploring and key hunting, and combat that kind of sucks a great big German sausage. Oh boy, 4-digit codes. I love them.
Those explosion effects are damn good looking.
Do you think? Oh yeah. You know, I wasn't really paying attention. Who's dissing bronies? I wasn't dissing bronies.
No, they said broomies. I don't know what broomies are.
What's a bromie? Someone explain.
I don't know.
Someone donate more money to explain to us what a bromie is. Yes, combat is kind of supposed to suck in horror games, or at least be less intuitive and unsatisfying for the sake of creating an oppressive, harrowing atmosphere. But I don't think that's what the combat does here. Yes, it's awkward, but in a dumb kind of way. Yeah. Don't shoot me. Ow.
Well,
you bitch. Wait, that's two soldiers. That's two soldiers standing on the same pixel. You can't fool me, game. Ow. Oh. Man, I got killed by a monster Nazi. Which is weird, because they're not supposed to be Nazis in the First World War. Yes, trench warfare was horrifying, and yes, German soldiers would be trying to kill you, but treating the German soldiers like mindless evil monsters in something like Resident Evil feels like it's undermining the tragedy of World War I, especially when you're dodge-rolling past them and running back and forth to build up enough distance to shoot, and it looks like a chase sequence from Scooby-Doo. Man, the combat in this game... what's the word? Sucks. It kinda sucks. Oh, and a grenade. Don't mind me, Mr. No Legs. Ow! My French bottom! My derriere. Whoops, someone mistyped possession, didn't they? They mistyped tunnel as well. There's 3 N's. I feel like you guys have kind of flawed tactics. Ow! And not to put too fine a point on it, the game looks like crap. The murky brown environments make it hard to read what can and cannot be walked on or interacted with, and if you ask me, the only place Times New Roman should exist is in the brief moment before you switch to a better font in Microsoft Word. Using it as a standard dialogue font is like trying to swat a fly with a chandelier. Okay, I will take my time explaining all the British references. Our next game is Thank Goodness You're Here, a sort of interactive cartoon set in a bizarre, run-down, medium-sized industrial town in Middle England, which certainly spoke to me as someone who grew up in a run-down, medium-sized industrial town in Middle England, although I've never had to force my head through a sewage pipe.
This sounds great.
I feel like you can't open this game and not be like immediately like, what the hell is going on?
A chip pan is what the British people would call a deep fat fryer. The music playing at the moment is a classic vaudeville song about someone bringing a very large marrow to a market. My street where I grew up looked exactly like that. I'm half convinced it's the same street. Thank Goodness You're Here is damn funny. Humour is subjective, yes, and some of that 80s, 90s nostalgic English television vibe will be lost on people who aren't very specifically me, but hopefully the surreal Adult Swim-style physical humour will keep the rest of you around.
My arm has become trapped.
A tuppence is a 2p coin. Now, you'll notice the graffiti under my character says, Milk Snatcher Out. Margaret Thatcher Milk Snatcher was a chant during Margaret Thatcher's tenancy of Prime Minister, because she famously ended a law that meant school children were given free milk. Which is kind of ironic when you consider that before she was a politician, Margaret Thatcher was a food scientist and was part of the team that invented soft-serve ice cream. It's the Beano Comics atmosphere of Untitled Goose Game, pushed through a filter of something like Smiling Friends, with a very grimy, Python-esque sense of humour. Now that bottle says White Light, possibly a reference to White Lightning, a kind of very inexpensive bottled cider. But gravy in the UK refers not so much to the gravy you're used to in the US, and more a sort of juicy meat accompaniment.
Alright.
The sorry, I forgot that joke. The pub's called the Thumb It Inn. You might be a little disappointed if you're expecting a video game, particularly a long video game. Gameplay-wise, it's closer to a walking sim than anything else, and it's over in about 2 hours. It reminds me of that Monty Python and the Holy Grail CD-ROM game they put out way back when, where basically all you did was click on things to make funny things happen, and occasionally run into a minigame.
Do not try to make sense of this game. You'll have a better time. It's almost like a Metroidvania.
No, it isn't. Foreground there, you'll notice a sign saying Cress Sarnie 10 bob. A sarnie is British slang for a sandwich, and cress is a very nutrition deficient edible plant. Every single price in this game is 10 bob. A bob is the old word for a shilling, which was what they called a 5p in old money. Honestly though, I'm impressed by the way the game herds you through a linear sequence of encounters while making you feel like you're aimlessly wandering around. Tight bit of design right there. And all nitpicks aside, you won't play anything else that's much like it, unless you're planning to drop acid on the set of Coronation Street. See, that's interesting. I assumed this game was set during the Thatcher's prime ministership. But that commemorative plate in the background is dated 1997, the date of Princess Diana's death, when Tony Blair would have been Prime Minister. The graffiti in the background reads, Roger is a nonce. Nonce is British slang for paedophile. Hello everyone, welcome to Yahtzee Tries. Marty's here.
Hello.
Our next game is Nova Drift. A game I hadn't heard of, but which I know for a fact was on early access for a while because it had thousands of positive Steam reviews the day it came out. And that only ever happens with really mind-blowingly exciting concepts or shit that's been on early access for a while. And it definitely wasn't going to be the first one. Oh gosh, that's a lot of text.
That is a lot of text.
I'm zoning out. Help.
There's so many words right at the start.
This game came very highly recommended on Steam. It was like overwhelmingly positive reviews.
From folks who love the words.
It's Asteroids. It's Asteroids but roguelite in a sort of Vampire Survivors but where you have to manually tape down the fire button kind of way. It's a boss that looks like a logo for a corporate law firm. Please don't gab on me.
So much gab.
I'm not entering my fucking initials. What fucking year is this?
Ah! Don't you want to brag to your friends?
Nobody else but me uses this computer. You're a spaceship resembling an expensively designed corporate logo, shooting down waves of other monochrome corporate logos against the kind of space background that I'm pretty sure Photoshop will knock out for you with a single shortcut key. I guess I'll go for the searing hot ring. I always like to have a searing hot ring. You fell victim to my searing hot ring.
Your ring! Your searing hot ring!
Ah, my searing hot ring! After each wave of enemies, we choose an upgrade to either our offensive or defensive abilities, and then the next wave is a bit harder and you keep going until you die. Increased rate of fire. Yes, that works.
How do you feel about the fact
reverse!
Oh no, what was that? You got caught in their chopsticks.
Well, Jackson... Whoa, what the...
Oh, where did that come from?
What the crikey? Shut the front door.
No. Oh! Just a heap of choices.
I feel like I'm looking at a PowerPoint presentation. I'm sure this is the kind of thing that really appeals to people who like mathematics and finding the most optimized build, because there's bugger all getting in the way of that aspect of Nova Drift. I'll show you a couple of little guys. Perhaps then they could appreciate my searing hot ring.
Oh no! Oh no, the searing hot ring is back.
A to go forward.
Get out of town.
Hold right mouse button to fire. What the fuck is this?
Nonsense. Genuine nonsense.
Excuse me.
Whoa. Where did that come from? Also bless you. Sorry, I should have said that first. Oh my god. It keeps happening.
Every time I got to a level up screen and saw each possible choice with its bulleted list of densely packed explanatory text, I felt like I was trying to follow the details of a PowerPoint presentation in a poorly lit conference room. What was that?
Yachts, do you know Richard Osman has a podcast about media called The Rest is Entertainment?
Yes, I was listening to it this morning. Shut up.
If you said put a fictional doctor on this show, I wouldn't even put him. I'd put a house.
Which means it's too late for us to remove the eye. Which means We're gonna have to remove your whole head. Don't worry. Doesn't hurt.
Oh no.
I'm really not into games that refuse to have any kind of context or interesting theming whatsoever. It keeps putting me in mind of exploitative mobile games cheaply knocked together out of stick figures and featureless rectangles. Nova Drift isn't as bad as those, and very strong mechanics focus is certainly admirable, but I struggle to engage. Where's the edge? Where's the sex? Oh, purple things, purple things. Oh, the purple things brought me down again. There, you're happy, game. And it's only 1:37, and I'm already fucking bored. And the default mouse and keyboard controls are bonkers. A to move forward, right click to fire. That's like putting the fucking gear stick in the back seat. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves.
That song's got words.
Britannia ruling the waves, yes we do. We're watching the X-Files now. Star Trekking all through the space. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars in space. Hey, we finally beat that fucking thing. And our final game was Cat Quest 3, a sort of nautical-themed cartoon action-adventure thing about a cat pirate looking for a treasure. A cat ghost head that is also a pirate? Man, how many bases are we trying to touch here? You know those YouTube ads for that really weird generic hero game they keep showing? This art style makes me think of that. Port Piranha. Well, you can't say they're not committing to the bit. Praise first. It's very competently put together. Not particularly challenging or innovative, but there is virtue in doing nothing new as long as you do everything right. It's like a big warm soapy bath of a game with a big world to explore, lots to discover, and perfectly functional combat mechanics to keep it interesting. Also, cutie wooty kitty witties. A blunder puss, my goodness.
Imagine. Oh, I get it.
Lol, lol, and furthermore lol. Yarr. Etc. I like how their health bar's are little hearts. It makes me think they're in love with me as they run towards me. Oh, stop getting out of the way, you bastard. Explore the Peribians.
I get it. I get it.
Here's the thing, though. Cat Quest 3 has the look to me of a game that was almost completely made by people who didn't really give a shit. I'm not saying they hated working on it, just that that's all it was to them. Work. Like it was designed solely to optimize algorithms by an office building full of underpaid Taiwanese people who've had every last drop of ambition and creativity suppressed out of them. I'll tell you what's a blunderpuss. Sorry, I just thought of something very misogynistic, but I won't say it.
I'm really glad you didn't say it. I feel like that's genuine character growth.
Apparently.
Apparently.
This is only getting more obnoxious.
Oh, old Patchy. Patchy gonna kick you right in the ass.
It's time for you to walk the plank!
You suck, Patches. Holy shit, I don't know what that is, but I want to fuck it. The visuals are as generically polished as AI art. Makes me think of those generic action gacha games you keep seeing ads for on YouTube. I'm not saying it is any of those things, I don't know. But the premise, the characters, the way the dialogue keeps crowbarring fur and purr and meow into every fucking word where they'll fit, and in some cases where they won't. Even the title, it's all so mind-numbingly obvious. I'm a cat. I'm gonna kill some other cats. That was my audition for the next performance of Cats, as it happens. Hey, asshole! I have never ever watched SpongeBob.
You what?
We're gonna see all his guts spilling out and everything. Now we will harvest his corpse. Oh, and Patchy's coat. Yeah, let's steal his identity. The pie rats. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I'm sure my kids would like it, but what the fuck do they know? They prefer white bread to multigrain. We English, we're pretty fucking cool. Fuck you, I'm experimenting. That's why I look so bronzed.
You are absolutely bronzed.
Are you taking the piss? I can't tell.
No, you do. You look bronzer. Not unlike me over here. Just a real whitey one bite over here.
That's a game for dads.
You are a dad.
I mean, in the proverbial sense.
You play the dad games.
Well, there's dad games and there's dad games. When the British Empire ruled the seas, we were the best sailors in the world because our home country sucked so much. We just wanted to spend all our time not there.
Yeah, the original.
The 2D rotoscope pixel sprites. Yeah.
No, the Ubisoft one.
Well, that's not the original. If you mean Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, say the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
All right.
Nobody cares.
Are you pro Ringo?
I'm generally okay with Ringo as a concept.
Yeah.
I think Octopus's Garden is kind of a banger, although the lyrics could use some work.